you deployed to Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It's your first deployment with SEAL Team 6. Tell us about that.
It was awesome. It was pretty surreal, actually. Yeah. We I think our first stop, we're rolling out, and a couple of the recce guys are like, "Hey, give me one assaulter," and my team leader at the time was like, "Yo, Corbett, get up here." And I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" You know, just over this ridge, there's like a little sentry post and these rocks they built. There's like 4 dudes. We're gonna go hit those guys. And I'm like, "What? We're just gonna go up and shoot these guys?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Holy shit, this is fucking awesome! Are you serious?" Yeah. They're like, "Shut up!" I was like, super pumped. Yeah. Just out the gate.
So they had you go do that?
I went with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, just come. I mean, I didn't get any shots off. They had it, and I'm not one to shoot someone after them just because.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is it. This is what we do here.
Yeah. That was the first time out of the gate.
First time out of the gate.
Yeah. What was that mission?
I forget.
Yeah.
I forget.
Do you know about how many operations you went on that deployment?
Oh man, I would say we would go out 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Because it was like spring, summer, perfect time. That's when, all the snow melts and all the bad guys
come out of hibernation.
Yeah, they're ready to fight.
Yeah. What can you say what area you were in, or at least region?
I think that first one we were in J-Bad.
Okay. And what year was that?
9?
09. Which, Afghanistan's kind of a strange, Iraq had waves, or it had times where it was exceptionally busy. It seems like for special operations, Afghanistan was kind of always that way. Like conventionally, yeah, it had ebbs and flows, surges and what have you, but it seemed like especially the Tier 1 guys, both, Team 6 and Delta, both were just doing shit all the time in their respective AOs. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so on that mission, or on that deployment rather, being busy, are there any of the operations that you went on that stand out as being exceptionally memorable for any reason?
Just the willingness of the Afghani people that we were up against, how willing they were to fight versus when you're in Iraq. I mean, we've hit houses in Iraq where guys would throw their guns down and cry, and people would come in over comms from the mobility, like, "Hey, can you guys shut those women up in there? It's like, we can hear them on the street. Like, dude, there's no women in here."
Oh, wow.
And then you go to Afghanistan and you could be calling in AC-130s, dropping on them, and they're still running at you. I was like, oh, this is a different enemy.
Yeah.
These guys don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys run into either pockets or groups of fighters that were from total other regions that surprised you?
I never did. I've heard guys come across Chechens and
and Moroccans and
Syrians.
You guys never did?
No.
Yeah. I mean, did you know? Like, were you 100% sure that was the case, or?
At that time of that command, yes, the
Yeah.
intel was super tight. Yeah.
So you knew exactly who everybody was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's when I started to get introduced to the aspect of caring about the mission. Why are you there? The impact on the area, who these people are, why they're important, why we're going after them. Yeah.
Were there ever times where you questioned or doubted any of those things?
Not while being briefed. I think this is the deployment after. We're in this house. We're going through all this guy's shit, and the guy's old, dinosaur, and they open up this footlocker, and someone pulls out this like old belt-fitted machine gun. I'm like, "Oh, why do you have this?" And it's like wrapped in plastic. It has wax on it, and like guy's got like 5 guns pointing at his head. I'm like, Jesus Christ, all right, whatever, do what you guys gonna do. And the interpreter's like, "No, he said the Americans bought this for him to fight the Russians."
Wow.
I'm like, "Dude, what are we doing here? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck's going on?"
Yeah. Were there ever times where you felt like you guys made a mistake?
No.
No.
I think yes. We went on an op because we didn't want to lose our helicopters to another unit for 2 weeks or whatever.
So it was like you have $4,000, you got to spend it before.
And it was like 75-80% aluminum. We load up the helos. We're flying in. Bird 1 lands easy. We had like 13 RPGs fired at us uninserted.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Guys were popping up out of the Correz tunnel system because you could see as plain as day because of the illume. And we go do our thing, get our target, hit the target, then we come back. And I even said something beforehand. I'm like, dude, that's really high illume. They're like, oh, you don't want to get after it? We get back and guess what the debrief point was? That was really high illume. Yeah, no shit, man.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, to me, that seems like a tactical mistake. I guess, not even from a morality standpoint, but were there ever missions that you went on, other than the one that you shared, like, what the fuck are we doing with this old guy with the shit wrapped in plastic, but like made a mistake where it was the wrong guy, or you guys did something that you're like, fuck, we shouldn't have done that?
I never had that feeling.
Never had that
and
feeling.
I haven't been on the ground with guys who have.
Yeah. I mean, to me, that's both reassuring and relieving to hear that, because there are plenty of instances where that's not the case, that is hard to kind of reconcile or even hear about. But
and plus, I'm there to do a job, right?
Yeah.
And if I sit there and try to dissect every piece of intel on if that guy should have been popped or not, whatever, it's not going to do anything for me. I'm not going to run for Congress or try to change anything. I'm just going to do my job, leave, and that's that.
Yeah. Well, plus, I mean, I think that's counterproductive in terms of doing the job. Like, that's how you get fucking killed, when you start doubting and hesitating and whatever. But all right, so that was a 3-month deployment, and you did one more after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. On that first one, still all DAs, most of them.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of gunfights.
A couple, not a lot.
Yeah.
Most of the guys were way cut of that. Now this time we've involved in our tactics, and it's very sneaky. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were still catching guys off guard.
Catching dudes sleeping.
Yeah. Any weird shit that you ran into going through their stuff on that trip?
I wouldn't say weird shit, but we've done on more than one occasion full-on call-outs where we're like, pull everyone out, like, hey, we're going to send this dog in. If there's anyone in there, the dog's going to get them. Everyone's out, and the dog would go in there, and that wasn't the case. And they just would be like, oh, oops, I forgot. Like, don't care about life at all.
Yeah. And the dog fucked him up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was it ever a total, like a woman, a child, like a total accident, or was it just dudes that were kind of in the wrong place?
Just dudes in the wrong place. Or one time we hit a target, and there's this dude tied up to a tree with a chain.
Like he was a hostage?
I'm like, oh, he's retarded.
What the fuck?
They just tied him to this tree.
No shit.
Yeah.
How old was he?
Like 20. Like,
wow.
Like just in like a little bowl. Like they'd been feeding him and shit. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Dude, that's twisted.
Yeah, wow. I was like, well.
Did you guys just leave him there, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it's like I don't know what ecosystem I'm stepping into. What if he's a killer? Right?
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah. Wow. Any, from a propaganda standpoint, hard drives, any things that were super alarming that you came across?
No. And then again, as the cycle went, I became a new guy, and it was more like
Still above your pay grade.
Shoot guns, good, go that way.
Yeah.
On it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just a sled dog, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have any specific skill sets, any of the schools that you went through that were not abnormal, but something that was maybe unusual?
No, I mean, I was a breacher, so that helped on deployment a bunch.
Sniper?
No, it wasn't until later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of breaching on that first?
No. And like I said, it got to that was the point where it was like, can we do this with WD-40 and a long screwdriver?
Yeah.
But sometimes they have big compounds, the iron gate, and guys are going over, recce's on the roof, pop, pop, pop. Okay, fuck it, boom, just breach it.
Yeah. So you're good at breaking into shit.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you've done some of that since then, right?
More or less, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe more. Anything else from that first deployment that stands out or that is worth sharing?
No, I mean, one of our first ops, again, it was my first experience with an interpreter that had an ICOM radio and ICOM chatter. And we're walking in, you know, we're doing this big offset because we want to go in quiet. And we're getting updates on the ICOM chatter. The Americans have landed. We see them. We're setting up the ambush. And I like run up to the guy in front of me, patrol. I'm like, dude, like we're getting set up on. Like I was like press checking. I was like ready. And he's like, bro, they always say this shit. They don't know where we are. But I was ready to fight. I was like, oh, like we're walking into a trap, and I didn't want to come over to the comms.
Yeah.
I'd go ask everybody around me. They're like, dude, this is
Normal shit.
And I was about ready to freak out.
Were they saying that because they knew you were listening? They were just trying to fuck with you, or
yeah, 100%.
So they know that you're listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned the dog. You guys used a dog on that whole deployment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember which dogs? It was more than one, right?
Yeah, I think we had Cairo and Remco.
Oh man, that's a fucking dynamic duo.
Oy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Were you there when Remco was lost?
With Hatch?
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
On that, was it that deployment?
And then the second one.
Second one. Man, are there any dog stories that you can share from that first deployment that were amazing?
Man, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this is the first or second, but it was with Cairo, Will Chesney's dog. Go to this orchard, and there's like a little 3-foot mud wall, goes down into a gully, back up, and an orchard. And ISR is giving us, there's two guys. And we're looking. And you got your night vision, and your laser's hitting the leaves, and it's just splashing, and you can't see shit. So Cheese pops open the strobe on Cairo, throws him on his way, and you know, Cheese, that's his dog, so he's like, oh, he's on something. And then we hear boom, boom, like 2 really muffled like gunshots, and then Cheese starts calling back Cairo. You see the strobe going, but it's like moving all weird. So we're like, fuck, do we think Cairo got hit? And he did. And bad guy he was on or near popped up, and he was literally like 10 feet away, and he drew down on us. I threw myself down behind this little 3-foot mud berm, just unloaded on. Boom, boom, boom. As soon as he drops, a dude like 5 feet from my left in the tall grass, he pops up, and then one of our guys just wraps around me because I was turning, wraps around me, and dumps him. And then Cairo finally gets back. Cheese and the PJ start working on Cairo. Kazovac, boom, get him out of there. So yeah, Cairo definitely for sure saved my life, if not a couple other guys.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously with, you know, the dog connection and everything, I'm always, you know, fascinated by and love to hear the dog stories. But, and knowing Will, you know, he's a big part of the dog food company and a good friend, and he's been on the show, and man, it's neat to hear, you know, guys that
Another perspective.
yeah. You know, from similar stuff. So man, that's really cool. Where was he hit? Do you remember?
I think like here.
Okay.
I'm not like a dog anatomy guy, but like left shoulder blade-ish.
Yeah. So it wasn't through the chest and
I think
out
he
in
had,
there?
it was like a main body, but like
Yeah.
obviously he didn't
Yeah.
hit something too crazy.
Yeah. So they got him patched up. I'm assuming he didn't come back for that deployment.
Cairo didn't. I think Will did, because Will and I, he didn't have Cairo, and I don't know which deployment was on, but he had a different dog, and we were going after these guys up this valley, and I had my saw.
Oh, okay.
And there was 4 of them. The A-10s couldn't get to him, and the sun was coming up, and we flanked them, and it wasn't Cairo, and these guys popped up, and they were like 70 yards away, and I had my EOTech on my saw, and it was
Game over.
It was lights out. and Will had his MP7, was trying to get some shots off, but he had this new dog. It was like, "Rawr!" It's like, oh, you shot everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did the dog ever fuck any of you guys up? Did you ever see?
No. I've heard stories, though. There was, I forget the dog's name, but he was crazy. Like, they had to lock him in like a room during the day.
Oh, no shit.
Just fucking nuts. And then he would like, after the op, we'd be all like watching a movie, you're playing Xbox or whatever, and he'd be like, hi. You're like, and you know, you don't want to show fear, so you're like, hey,
buddy,
don't murder me. Yeah.
Man. Is there a gnarliest bite that you remember that a dog got somebody on?
Oh yeah, I've seen, like, if you get a chicken wing and you go whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
I've seen that on a bicep tricep.
Yeah.
And then I've seen a dog not quite understand to bite the arm and just go right into the stomach and just keep going.
Oh, wow.
And then like the intestines and all the food and all the smells. Yeah, it was a good time.
Did that guy die from that?
He died.
Maybe not from that.
He
but
just died.
He just
you
died.
know,
He just didn't make it either way. Were there any other, not necessarily your life saved, but where you saw dogs in that first deployment, or I guess since we're talking about it, the second one, where they had huge impacts that you could kind of walk us through their actions on?
Oh man, you want to talk about getting some shots heard from the second deck, and it's not a traditional stairwell, like it's all cattywampus because it's made of mud, and you got the camera on the dog goes up, but like I'm not going to let the dog go into a one-man gunfight. I want him to go first because he's going to flush somebody out, but like being number 2 man on a dog upstairs kind of like is like a super good tool, and then them sniffing out ordnance. Yeah. I mean, it's countless.
Yeah.
It's amazing. They're amazing.
Yeah. Is there was it those same 2 dogs that first deployment, Cairo and Remco?
I think so. Yeah. Cairo for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else you want to share from that first deployment?
I mean, I kind of mixed them all together, but no.
Yeah. So you come back, you wrap up your first deployment. Were you, from a mindset wise, kind of where were you coming back from that? Were you like, dude, this is awesome, I want to do this for the rest of my life? Or
Yeah.
100%.
Yes and no. Like I said, I was still back from deployment. I'm gonna go, wear my Raiders hat and go to the club. But it didn't click for me.
Yeah.
Almost till it's too late. Yeah.
Yeah. How long were you back? Was it another 9 months and then you went back?
Yeah. I mean, we got between that time and the next one was Captain Phillips.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the Captain Phillips thing, I've had a couple guys on. Obviously everybody's experience is different. Can you kind of walk us through that whole gig? Yeah.
Well, first off, I never knew how big of a deal it was. Apparently that command was stood up to do American hostage rescue at sea. I didn't get that on the history course in briefing. I was just thought it was just guys who go do shit. So we had gotten word that something was going down on the Maersk, Alabama, and we were like, okay, we're on standby. We asked for the safety boat, the little orange one, to be brought over to us so we can like try to climb up it from the water and see if it doesn't move or whatever, and couldn't make that happen. So the next day we did a walkthrough of loading up the birds, and I was being trained as the loadmaster. So I just have these clipboards and massive pamphlets and all the weights and head count and extra parachutes, extra altimeters, you name it. We go do what's called a bag drag, load up all the trucks, drive to the airfield. We get it done in the amount of time we advertise to POTUS, right? So, okay, that was easy. No big deal. Go home that day. We're on like extra standby, like we're on standby, but you're like, okay, this might go. And the next day, like at 07, pager goes off. It's like the code, right? You get the code and it's like, oh, this is fucking real deal. Call up a friend of mine. I'm like, hey, here's keys to my house. I don't know. I'm going to be there. Just keep it up and running. I think I stopped by Subway and grabbed a bunch of sandwiches for everybody on my team. Walked up. Are you the loadmaster? I said, yesterday. Here you go. Boom. Stack of books this big. Here's your shit. I'm like, fuck, dude. All right. Load up the trucks, head out, and we get to the airfield. It's chaos. I can hear the boat team. They're like, hey, all the boats are way overweight. Okay, the boats are overweight. Okay, great. And then we start loading up, and I've got the manifest. I'm like checking off names and getting the head count, and then the top 4 of the entire command show up. And I'm like, oh, sir, I'm sorry, but you you aren't on the manifest list. I'm like at E5, like, get the fuck out of my way. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay. There's 4 extra bodies on the plane now. Like, they're not going to listen to me.
Yeah.
And like, we need parachutes. So now there's 4 extra people, no extra parachutes, no extra altimeters, and I'm the load master. I'm like, what's the point? Everything's overweight. No one's listening to me. Okay, they can throw these off the plane. It doesn't matter. So we load up. We get off the ground in advertised time. The planes are over. Everything's overweight. We're thinking we're gonna lose a boat on the drop. I think 14 or 16 hours later, we were up over the drop zone, and the USS Boxer. They kept trying. They saw us circling, and they kept trying to like get in the middle of our circle. And we had to tell them like, "Hey, get away! Like we're doing circular shoots off these boats. Like no one's steering it. You need to be way far away. And plus, we can drive the boats to you when we get there. Like, what are you doing?" Finally, get them out, and me and one other team guy, they told us, "Hey, you guys are going to jump with the boat squadron. You're going to jump out behind them and get your guns and do security." I'm like, okay. I mean, there's an amphib right there. I'm sure it's got Sea Whiz or whatever the hell else on it, but I'll jump out with the boat guys. That whole process, launching those boats at the C-17 is wild. Yeah. Because you're sitting from those little jump seats that fold out like cargo nets, and you got all your shit on, and they do the first little tiny parachute, and it gets tension, and that first boat goes out, and it's like kind of just like lumbers out the back, and then it has a line attached to the other boat, and that one gets a running start all the way down the body of the plane. So you're like this far away. That Mark V was just
ripping past you.
And then all the gray went, and then me and another guy jumped in. We were super scared back in planning that there was going to be sharks, and this was before we even found out he was on the rescue boat. We're like, do we get like anti-shark monitors and like chainmail dive suits and like do an underwater weld cut into the Maersk? But so there was that big fear of sharks, and I am terrified of sharks. So this is my first time jumping with the boats at the same time. Usually the boats land, they set up a certain direction, we circle over, link up. So I'm like doing my count, boom, pop my parachute, got a little wonky on exit, flew it, and I look down and I just see green. I'm like literally feet away from the top canopy of one of the chutes, and I'm like, oh shit, that's right, I'm jumping with the boat. So I get on my brakes, follow it, do some little tiny turns, and as soon as the boat splashes, I landed within like a foot and a half of that thing. I went, cut my shit off and jumped in.
Get the fuck out of that water.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah, because there's a shitload of sharks in that Somali water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we jumped in, and then they got the boats up and running, did another pass, and the rest of the guys jump in. It was cool. We had a couple guys that were new that hadn't got their red team patch yet, and before they left the ramp, it was like handshake, red team patch on your shoulder. Oh wow! Jump in, and I was like, "That's fucking cool. Yeah, that's a cool way to patch in."
Fucking A, it is.
Yeah.
Is it kind of when you? Even saying patching in, it sounds kind of similar to like the biker gang thing. Is there an element of that kind of?
Yeah, you're like verified.
Yeah. That's wild, man. That's cool. All right, so these guys get patched in. You're on the boat now. Then what?
So the rest of the guys get in the water, and all the boats, none of them sank. We made it. Good job, Loadmaster. So we start heading towards USS Boxer. And since we had so many extra guys, there's like people sitting on the sides of the boat, sitting on the front, like they're on some sort of like cruise. It was wild.
Like a Haitian migrant fucking boat?
Yeah, full on. So we pull up, and the boats get craned up, and we get brought in through the amphib, which I don't know anything about Navy ships at all. Some of the crew had no idea we were there. We had like cut off cries, had my beard and shit, and walking through the galley, and this kid's like, "Hey, what? You asked if I had a no-shave chit, I was like, bro, what? So they gave us a berthing, and I have a lot of respect for the sailors that are on ships because they cleared out like a whole section for us, and it was like, chunk, 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 like 4 bunks, like this much room. I was like, dude, I hope we're not here for a long time.
Yeah.
So the plan was we sent a team out to the Bainbridge, the other ship, and a lot of us stayed back on the Boxer, and it was like, hey, trying to figure out how we're going to do this. Captain Phillips had already jumped off and tried to swim to, just out of desperation or whatever, jumped off, and they shot AK rounds at him and pulled him back in. So like the situation was getting more and more intense. They had somehow got a hold of one of the guys, or he surrendered or whatever. So there's like 1 pirate in custody, 3 on the little boat. That little boat's being towed by a rope from the Bainbridge. And we had just sent a team out, and they were just pretty much on the fantail 24 hours a day, like trying to check out the situation. Meanwhile, me and the guys I was with at the Boxer, you know, like doing all this planning, like, okay, they want to be towed back into where their little pirate camp is, but we're going to tow them here, and we are going to have already done an OTB. And then what do we need to do? Get our boy. Let's go. So that was my team's task, was to do an OTB.
Which is over the beach.
Over the beach, little swim in, little like straight up frogman shit. And I was like, okay. Wait for them, do an ambush, hit the pirates, grab Captain Phillips. And then, meanwhile, I mean, obviously I wasn't on the other ship. They had always clear eyes on 2, but not the 3rd one. And finally, one of the guys on the fantail was like, hey, this 3rd one's starting to show himself. I think I got him. When I go, are you guys good? And they're like, on you. And then when the guy had the 3rd, boop, 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 done. And one of the coolest things about that mission is, do you know in Bud's O course when you do the slide for life?
Yeah.
At the very top? You're like, oh, this is cool. I feel like.
When am I ever going to do that?
One of the guys, no shit, slide for life.
Yeah.
Across from boat to boat, and did it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was badass.
One fucking time. That's great. That shot, I mean, such an epic feat of military execution.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole mission was. You know the guys that did it. You know about how far the shot was?
I don't know.
You know. I mean, it's such an impeccable shot either way on 2 moving boats. Like, it's just.
And the little one, because that moves way more with the ocean, right? It's a little rescue dinghy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just incredible. Was there any feeling of, from your standpoint, of almost being left out?
I never had that feeling in my whole time at the teams, because I think, one, I was lucky enough to scratch that itch and be part of some things and get to be on my gun early on. So I was like, oh, man.
Yeah.
It's collective, you know, like, oh, thank you for your service. Oh, you were at SEAL Team 6. I'm like, yeah, I was also with like 50 other badass dudes and like the best TF-160 helicopter pilots in the fucking world. And TF Red as a blocking force. Like, it's thanks, but like,
it's a machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.